Good morning, it's Barbara. It's chilly and wet outside, and I will not be going out very much today. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I forgot to mention during my video yesterday. Yesterday was number 1700. Is that crazy? Yeah. Some of you are OGs. That's a lot. That's a lot of me. All right, I am digging in my lipstick bowl, which also has my jewelry utensils, because, you know, you always need a container for things like that. I am not going anywhere today except walk the dogs, so I am going to pick a lipstick that I want to look at all day. Or not. Actually, my lips are feeling a little dry, so I'm going to use the gloss instead of a dry. Instead of a, you know, dry lipstick, a matte lipstick that'll stay on all day. So I'm going to just use my Mary Kay in the color I really like, and it's glossy and moist and slippery. And I think that's going to do it for me. Moisturize my lips a little bit. Good morning. All right, this is not a very good vision of it, but and that's it hanging over the chair. It goes down pleats to a sort of midriff, you know, where the pleats are sewn, and then the pleats open up again in the I always do that. Oh, it started again. So you saw my dress. All right, so it is a summer dress. It is not a sun dress, but it comes in the waist where the pleats are sewn, and then it has pleats going up to the boobs and down to the hips. And it's cute, and it's a, I don't know if you could tell, it's a very light yellow, and I thought it looked like a southern old lady summer outfit. And I was a little disappointed in the Clark store, but I did buy some sandals. Hold on. I was looking for something a little more substantial. I was going to buy these just as a secondary, you know. The flip-flops I'm wearing in the summertime are the flip-flops that Christy gave me when I went to visit her on the train 3 years ago. So I needed new flip-flops with lots of support and cush. And these will be cute with my dress, and these will be cute with everything I'm taking, and they seem like they're going to be comfortable. I guess I'm going to be wearing them around the house for a while just to make sure. I'll bring my old ones in case these don't pan out. But that's what I bought yesterday. But I was definitely in the wrong store, wrong mall, man. You know, so I parked by Macy's. It's a huge, huge mall. Used to be two malls that were, you know, had a big parking lot between the two of them. Now they're all connected, and used to have like Sears as an anchor store. Not now. The anchor stores are Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, Lord & Taylor, Macy's, and Nordstrom's. I think those are the 5 big stores in the corners. I got the dress at Nordstrom's, but I parked at Macy's thinking, oh, that'll work, you know. So I went around Macy's. I didn't find anything that I liked. So I headed into the mall, having no idea where I was headed, just into the sort of main part of the mall, heading towards whatever. If I'd gone the other way, I would have hit Bloomingdale's really quickly, but I didn't go that way. I went the way, and I'm going along, you know, and it's a mall, so it has small stores all along. Fendi, Versace, Louboutin, Hermes, Ferragamo, Jimmy Choo, Gucci. I'm like, OMG. Now, Jimmy Choo sells shoes. All the other ones sell handbags and jewelry. Bulgari, Cartier. It was crazy. I'm like, what the heck? I am in the wrong part of this mall. I'm trying to figure out how rich I would have to be to walk into that Hermes store. And in fact, I lied. They didn't just have handbags. In fact, I didn't see any handbags. They must have been in the back of the store. They had dishes in their front window. Like, you eat off of. Anyway, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the wrong place. But I finally found Nordstrom's, and I found a dress in Nordstrom's that I like. My only problem with this dress is I couldn't zip it up all the way by myself. So if I lived alone, I wouldn't have bought it. But Dennis is here, and Christy will be in New Orleans with me, so I will not be wearing that dress on the first day. And I imagine if I really struggled hard, I might be able to do it. But I wasn't willing to go through that effort while I was in the dressing room. But I'm very happy with the dress. So I have a new dress. I have some new flip-flops, which I desperately needed. The reality is I didn't need a dress, so if I didn't find a dress, it was okay, but I needed new shoes. And, but after all that long walk down Fifth Avenue, I wasn't really in the mood to shop, although I did find the dress after that. But I went into Nordstrom's shoe department. Nordstrom's very famous for their shoe department. I didn't see anything I wanted. I'm like, let me start walking back, trudge. And I got in the middle, and then I thought, oh, Clark's is down here somewhere. And I found Clark's. They had moved, but I found him. And that was a disappointing, like, nobody was in there. They had 2 salespeople, and apparently, they helped me, but not it was very lackadaisical. I didn't feel pampered in Clark's at all. And they didn't have the size of shoe that I was trying to try on. But they did have a rack of flip-flops, and I bought the white ones, and I thought they'll be cute for the summer. And they'll be brand new white in New Orleans, so they'll look great with all my outfits. And as the summer progresses, they're going to probably start looking less beautifully white. But I think they're leather. No, man-made upper. So they'll wash. If they're rubber, they'll wash, right? And if they don't, I used to have saddle shoes. I can polish a white polish, so that will not be a problem. So that was my shopping trip yesterday. I stopped by to see Aura on my way shopping, reminded her about my trip. She says, oh, you're going on the train, right? So she remembered that, which I was very impressed. And, yeah, not quite as joyful. She was eating her lunch, although when I got there was half a piece of cake and she was done eating. I'm like, oh, you didn't like the cake? She said, no, the cake is good, but I'm full. Guy sitting at her table says, oh yeah, she ate a hot dog with chili on it for lunch. She ate every bit of it. I'm like, yes, she's eating. So starting to feel like, would she prefer to be here? She thinks she would prefer to be here, but upon conversation, she does admit that we were a little bit boring, and she's not bored there. Which I think is big when you're 94. So anyway, so that was my day yesterday. Visited Aura, went shopping. Oh, and last night, vegging. I'm still vegging. I gave myself all the way through my vacation to veg. I was watching reruns, old seasons of Top Chef. Not the best thing for me to do when I don't have anything yummy to munch on at home, and, it's food. The problem with Top Chef, of course, is you can't taste the food. I mean, the thing with Project Runway, and it's designing clothes and everything, you can at least see the clothes and have an opinion. I mean, you won't wear them, but, you can have a good opinion, informed opinion about what you think about, fashion. All you can do is look at the dish, watch them make it, and then believe the judges when they tell you whether it's delicious or not, because you can't taste it. But it does get your juices going. So I watched a couple episodes. I'm sitting there binging. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't Top Chef go to New Orleans one time? So I looked it up, and I had to look around because that's season 11 in case anybody wants to go watch it. It wasn't... I was watching on Netflix, and they only had 3 seasons. It was really weird. It was like 9, 12, and 16. It was very strange. But I found it on Peacock. The problem with Peacock is I have to watch commercials, and I pay for that channel, so it's very annoying. But they had season 11. So I started watching season 11, Top Chef in New Orleans. The last episode I watched, they were in Commander's Palace, which is a very famous New Orleans restaurant that's been recommended by many people. Although Kim indicated when she was talking about it, she called it a steakhouse. And Christy and I are like, well, we don't want to go to a steakhouse. Now, it's not considered a steakhouse, but all the main dishes that they were supposed to make, well, they made 4 savory dishes and dessert dishes on the show. 3 of the savory dishes had big slabs of meat, so, which isn't really what we're looking for. Although meat is good for me. And I went out on the website and looked at the menu, and there was nothing that really grabbed me on the menu. Kim says you have to get a reservation really early for that restaurant, and so I didn't bother, because even though it's not actually a steakhouse, the menu didn't grab me particularly, although it's very famous. And doing the famous restaurants when you're in a tourist in a city is not the worst thing you could do, let me tell you. But anyway, so that was fun. And then, then Dennis came home, and it was the end of the night, and I had to stop watching. And then I didn't sleep very well. It's not that I was, well, maybe I was excited. Maybe that did excite me, because I'm very excited about my trip, I have to say. So I'm still in conversation with my lawyer, still figuring things out, but I'm getting on that train on Tuesday, come hell or high water. So Peter and John, my accountant, better get their acts together if they need my signature, because I can give it to them on Monday. On Tuesday, I'm out of town. But I don't think that anything that's pending actually needs my signature. They needed one for my parents' return, but they didn't need it. I don't think they're going to need it. I can just email them. I can, we're going to pay by electronic, and it should be fine. If it's not, Dennis can go and take it for me, because he's the best. But, yeah, so I'm feeling like semi on top of it, although we only have 3 days for me. But my list is getting longer, and I have bought everything that I intended to try to buy. I do have to go to the bank on Monday, but anyway, I'm very excited, and I'll stop boring you with this whole thing. So today, Kim is going to go visit Aura, so I don't think we will be going over. And we are going to make crackers, and Dennis has started to spray his winemaking gizmos with his sanitizer, which means he's going to do some wine stuff today. And we're going to walk the dogs. And whatever else happens, you never know. I might open up that bottle of ink I bought. It could happen. We'll see. I'm making no promises. Just like I didn't watch any Foley's War yet, so. But you knew that was going to happen, right? All right, so I'm going to go Please take good care of yourselves. Happy vlog number 1701. And yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna go. Please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe and stay sane.